As trademark filings for goods and services in the green space soar in Singapore, Law Minister K Shanmugam believes that the country can help support businesses by providing a strong environment for intellectual property. In a note marking World Intellectual Property Day, Mr. Shanmugam highlighted how trademark filings in the green space jumped 30% in the past 5 years. A lot of that went into fields like solar energy and water purification. He says that Singapore has also worked on several innovations to strengthen its status as an IP hub. There's an online tool for companies to easily get information on patents and a portal to help public agencies manage IP. The regional market is also booming with a record 54,000 patent applications in 2022. Now, that is according to the Southeast Asia Patent Landscape Report. 6 out of every 7 applications came from outside the region. The World Economic Forum has projected that by the year 2030, Asia could generate some $5.8 trillion in revenue and create over 232 million jobs on climate mitigation alone. And much of this will come from activities to grow renewable power, improve energy efficiency in buildings, transportation, as well as agriculture, and from sustainable practices in manufacturing. Our firms can now get data on patents for green technology more easily through an interactive tool. It is called Tech Insights Through Patents, or TIP for short, and it's by the Intellectual Property Office of Singapore, IPOS. And for more on what this tool means, we have with us in the studio Alfred Yip. He's Director of Patent Search, Examination and Analytics at IPOS International. Mr. Yip, it is good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Again, I should say. So, welcome to the program. There's a lot of interest in green patents as well. Take us through how this new tool, TIP, is actually going to work.
So first of all, I'd like to wish everyone a happy World IP Day. In line with this special occasion, we have launched this new version of this TIP tool, which is called Tech Insights Through Patents, focusing on green technologies. In fact, the first release of this tool was in 2022 as a pilot, featuring areas in the area of in the field of artificial intelligence. Since then, we have the motivation back then was really to ensure that not just big companies who usually have access to skilled expertise or resources to access patent data, but also to allow small companies, businesses, individual inventors to have access to patent data as well, because we believe that there's so much rich information and value to be extracted out of this patent data. And therefore, we have released this new tool that features green technologies, since it's an area of broad interest for many companies.
Small companies can benefit from it as well, you were saying. So tell us something about the kinds of businesses that will most likely benefit from TIP.
Well, the field of green technologies is a very broad and diverse one. We believe that this tool will benefit companies who are thinking of entering into this emerging space, as well as those who are already in it. There could be companies who wish to make better decisions based on data, and by having a better understanding of the overall green technology landscape, including the maturity of certain green technologies as well as emerging ones, that would help them make those decisions.
Yeah. Right. So it could be even companies that are on the very sort of in the early stages of ideation about the kinds of technologies they're developing as well.
Exactly. In fact, by understanding the overall technology landscape, a company, even in the early stage, could decide whether should they be focusing on developing research and development, or rather focusing on research and development in-house, or should they be simply partnering with someone that really owns the technology to co-develop new solutions?
Right, so it's really a tool to kind of support that ecosystem that is already bubbling up in Singapore as far as startups are concerned. So what about the ease of actually using it and the cost of it?
Well, once you access the tool, you are greeted with a number of dashboards, and each of these dashboards have various interactive charts that you can discover patenting trends in various green technology sectors, including those such as food sustainability or even climate resilience. It is free, available to all. So I would encourage anyone who is keen to get some insights into this very interesting area of green technologies to explore the tool.
So interested parties, they use the tool, they find collaboration or partners to collaborate with. And now what? What do they do? What does IPOS do beyond this? What support will you provide?
Besides having such IP-centric resources, in fact, the Intellectual Property Office of Singapore, or IPOS, offers various programs to support businesses throughout the entire innovation journey. Let's start from IP protection. We offer a program called the SG IP Fast that allows a company to get a patent in as fast as 6 months in any technology field, including green technologies. And if the company files a related trademark, the applicant can enjoy the same acceleration mechanism by getting a trademark registered in as fast as 3 months. So these are some of the tools that we have, some of the programs that we have offered. But beyond protection of IP in Singapore, there are also various programs that we work together with partners or counterparts in ASEAN or various IP offices over the world to support businesses to get faster patent protection in those regions as well.
Right. It's actually a very robust landscape when it comes to green trademark filings in Singapore. We know that the number has increased by a specific degree, at least 30% in the past 5 years alone. Taking that into consideration, how can Singapore actually position itself to benefit from all of that interest in green innovation?
In fact, I think Singapore is in a strong position to benefit from this interest. And I think that interest is not just limited to green patents or even green trademarks. In fact, IP protection as a whole. And here's why. Because firstly, Singapore is an extremely strong IP regime. We put a lot of efforts in ensuring that there's a strong legal framework that allows IP protection, including having efficient IP registration, strong enforcement mechanisms, as well as adherence to international treaties. Second, I think we are pretty successful in establishing ourselves as a hub for innovation. There are various programs that the government supports R&D, and also programs that attracts not just startups but also established companies to set up their R&D facilities in Singapore. And many of such activities actually lead to IP protection. And third, we also invest a lot in creating a skilled workforce. And with companies establishing their operations in Singapore, there's a need for skilled IP talents. Right. And these IP talents create high-value jobs, not just for IP registration, but also in various verticals that require IP knowledge.
Right, so there's end-to-end support here. Mr. Yip, thank you very much for coming into the studio and sharing all of this with us. And congratulations on the launch of TIP. I hope it does well. Thank you.
Thank you.